Okay.
Okay, so you're back. I only see one guy is gone, so I'm going to continue. So right now, we are going to take what we've learned in the previous segment about classes vulnerabilities, and we're going to see actual vulnerabilities in code. Okay, so practical 2, which means you go back to your scoreboard and look up information lead. So we're going to do the same thing. We have a server and we have our scripts. So I'm going to copy this link. Okay, so I have the link, I have the script saved, and it's another Python script, so we're going to look at it. And now, okay, the interesting thing about this is that it looks like the flag is in the script, right? I mean, do you think that's a flag? Let's try. Yeah, no, it's not a flag. Like the. Okay, so what this mechanism is that usually in CTF, sometimes they want to give you the source code because things are not solvable not as source code, but they detect the flag. Means there's exit out. So in this case, yes, it's exit out, and we have to exploit the service that's on the network to get our flag. So okay, now let's do the same thing. Let's look at the source code, right, and figure out what it's doing. What is the purpose of this source code, of this script? So anyone just want to try and guess just by looking at it? You can safely ignore the right part because the writing is just so that the writing the standard right gets flushed every time I try to print. Okay, so it gets the data from the index, and then what does it do with that data? Okay, so I'm going to help you out. I'm going to try and run it. Okay, so when I run this thing, okay, it says welcome to info leak, and then it asks for an index. Okay, someone just give me an index really quick. Don't score for everyone first lah. Okay, that's it. A positive index. This what happens when you get too easy, bro. Yeah, let's just do something neutral like 0. So you get this string, right? So
why 0 is 16?
okay, I'm gonna give it. So what happens if you do like negative?
Please
Negative what someone said?
Give me data for index 16. Index 16 is the length of the flag.
Okay, now it says x, and then when go away, coming in another day. So what actually happened there? Can anyone tell me why there's suddenly the x there? But I hear some discussions coming over there, so like share with the whole class. Like why do you think that the negative 100 will have worked? Okay, so what she said is that what the code does is it takes the length of the flag and then it sets that as the base index. So whatever index you give here, it's going to plus that. face. So if you give a positive number, it's never going to land within the flag area, which is the private data area. So now, how do you weaponize what you found right now? So you run it on your own machine. What's the next step? What's the next step to find the flag? Okay, so you run it on the server. So it's running on 1338 this time. I'm just going to use netcat again. Okay, so what index do you want to give it right now? Okay, so negative. Anyone? Okay, negative 100. Okay, so you've got a flag. And you guys understand why this is an information leak, right? You guys understand, like, okay, when you are trying to read data from behind or before the buffer, you're not actually reading the stuff that the program is intending for you to be read, right? So this is kind of a really, really simple analogy for compiled binaries where the index might have been screwed, or it might have been given such a large number that it underflowed and now it's negative. So you're reading from before the buffer. Okay. Wow, c'est longtemps aussi. Still trying that. Okay, so the next one is not meant to be run on a server. It's just meant to demonstrate our service. Okay, so when you download this program, when you run it, it doesn't seem to do anything, right? So you guys have downloaded the program already? Now just try to guess what is it doing? It doesn't seem to print any output. It's just sitting there. I'll just read through the code, try to guess what it does, then let me know what I should do next to get something from this script. Okay, so someone said to netcat to port 8888 on localhost. Okay, so yeah, you get a response, and it asks you what's your age. So okay, I'm gonna give it like 10. And now you get some response on the server side. So can anyone guess what was that thing that is doing? It's still running. Okay, let's try to port 88 again. It's still running. So what this does is it's just a server that accepts connections. Right? So now, since the problem requires you to crash a server, how would you begin to do that? Okay, just look at the code again. Okay, so looking at this code, how would you crash a server to prevent other people from using it? Anyone want to guess? Let's who's Xiang Bao? Christine is Xiang Bao. Come, Xiang Bao, guess. How do I crash this server?
How to crash this server? When you just put a non-integer because you try to work for a value.
Yep.
From the input integer. So you put non-integer.
So I'm gonna put A. So okay, something happens. So that program stopped, right? Yeah. So now I want to try and connect to it again. Nothing's happening because we've done a denial service attack. Okay, congratulations. Okay, now that's pretty much it. You guys understand why we're doing this, right? If you're running a server and then someone just crashes it and then no one else can access it again, that's a denial service attack. So your flag is this. For those who are interested in the flag, this is flag crash. Enter it into your scoreboard. Okay, so we'll actually run through it really fast. Okay, so now the next script is arbitrary file write. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to download it again. Okay, and this one is quite involved potential, so it's going to take quite a while to solve, right? Now, let's do this step by step. Okay, when you try to run for right, what happens? Now imagine you're a hacker. You've somehow got this script. You found it somewhere, and you know that the server is running this script. So, what's your next step? What do you do to? What will you have to do in order to understand the script and to run it properly? Okay, so you create a file. Because you know we found the no flag file. Okay, so I've created a flag file. Now, we're going to try and run it again. Let's see what happens. Okay, so it runs. You're correct. So it now runs. Now, what do we want to do next? Does someone want to try out something? I don't know. SQL injected. So I'm going to try login. I'm going to try to enter some random thing. And now it says there's no such account. Okay, so I'm going to try to create an account. Okay, my password is just same again. You know, it suddenly crashes. Why? So, what do you think I should do next to make the script run properly? Yes, you create the accounts directory. Okay, so I'm going to create my user again. Yeah, so you created it properly. Now I can log in. Now I've logged in, and then you can see 3 options now. It changed. So So, okay, of those three, what seems the most interesting to you guys? Okay, so I'm gonna read the admin secret, and it says I'm not admin. Oh no. So what do you have to do next to read this admin secret? Oh guys, just try to find a way. Look at the other two. The two other two. One, two. Okay, so lastly I'm gonna retrieve the secret. And it says what kind of secret you have to retrieve, so I'm gonna say like flag or something. Okay, now it says finish secret whereas I didn't write, so I'm not allowed to read anything with the word flag in it, I'm guessing. Let's try it. Like do not flag. Okay, there's no such secret. Okay, so there's one remaining option to try, right? I'm gonna store a secret. So I want to store it in, let's say, audio. What kind of secret do you like to store? Like I'm just gonna place. And it tells me there's an error. Can anyone tell me why there's an error? If you're looking through the source code, just figure out why there's an error when you try to store a secret. Okay, maybe I'll go into the code. Now, when you store a secret, what is being called? The store secret function, right? Okay, so store secret. Okay. Now, look at this particular line. What is actually missing from our directory structure there? So you need the secrets directory to be present in order to store secrets, right? Let's try it out. Okay, so store a secret. Yeah, secret is written. So I'm going to read my secret again. And notice that you can retrieve it. Okay, so now, more or less you should have kind of understood how the secret is stored. So, is there something that you can leverage with this knowledge that you know how a secret is stored? Okay, so now what's the naming secret in the first place? Okay, let's look at it. Okay, so when you want to read the naming secret as real secret, right? So we want to override flag, but flag is not a file. Flag is a file. But okay, flag is a file. You want to override flag. But why would you want to overwrite it? When you want to read it instead? Okay, so the problem is, right, if you look at retrieve secret, if the flag is in secret name, you are blocked from reading it. So you have to have some other way. And this other way is, you see you have to read the legit way, you have to reveal secret. Yeah. And this only happens when you are admin. So now, are we looking at it too far? Can we just go back and see like how the program flows? What other options are there open to you? Okay, so we have a login feature, right? So what is so special about this login feature? Let's look. Okay, so when you log in, the validate function is called. Everyone agrees? Okay, so when you validate the you validate login of a person, what you do is you have a name and a password, right? you open the name of a person, the file with the same name as the person, and then you read from it. Okay, now since we have an account that I've created already, we can explore our directory. Okay, so you can see that actually there is an Amen file created. So I'm going to read the file, and you notice it's not just see that, okay, I think it's cut off, but it's not just my name in there. There's also something else. Okay, but you can see the 0 now. Okay, now what is the significance of the 0? It's the, sorry, someone mentioned something. It is the admin flag. So for me to read the secret, this flag must be 1, right? So now if I just try to edit it on my own machine, right? And then I try to run the program again. Okay, now, I'm not. Okay, so I've overwritten the original user file with my own data now this time. So I'm gonna log in. Yeah, so when I read my secret, I can read it. Because I changed the admin flag. But this is not, it's not possible when the file is on when it's all on a remote server, right? What's not right? You need to solve this when it's running on a remote server. So, okay, so we have one portion that we need already. We know that we need to change this admin flag to 1. So what other things can we do to change it to 1? I heard some.
Try using the store password function.
Okay, so we're going to try using the store password function. I'm gonna create a new account just to show. Okay, so someone says to use store secret. So I'm going to use store secret. What's the name of the secret on the store? Okay, the slash accounts. Is it?
Right.
Okay, so I'm going to overwrite my own user account. Like this, right? So my account's not show, so I'm going to do this. Okay, now, anyone want to guess what do I put into my account? What should I put into this secret on the store? 1 colon show. Okay. Okay, now it's written. Correct? So okay, I want to read this. It's still not going to show me anything. So what should I do next? I restart the program and then I log in and show again. And also, if I do retrieve, yeah, it works. So after it works locally, I do this remotely. So everyone has understood what has happened. So basically, this row got it. They got the vulnerability. The vulnerability is that you can write arbitrary files anywhere. And the thing is that these files you can overwrite are configuration files or system files that determine whether your user is an admin or not. So I'm just going to do it quickly over on the remote site. I got a flag. So everyone understands how I got a flag? Anyone lost here? All okay? Can I submit a flag? Yeah, you're right. I actually left the wrong flag in there. Okay, so to submit that one, just submit the pink flagging. Okay, but everyone understood the processes that we use to get to the answer, right? We use the arbitrary write primitive to overwrite the user files with our own any flag bit set to 1. Okay. Okay, so I'll just hold on. I'll just replace it later. Okay, so after this when I'll do it during the break, so you can go back. You can like submit a flag in after the break, the right one. So the